Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Growth Mastery, and in today's video I'm gonna be talking about one issue that actually happened, so to say a certain dilemma that is happening to a friend of mine. So basically, long story short, and we will directly get into the point here in this one, is that a friend of mine has a colleague, and that colleague of hers is somehow not so sharp at work, and that's why this friend of mine has been told by the project leader that the team leader and the project leader have came to the idea that this girl is not working properly, and that's why my friend should have an eye on her to collect all the mistakes that this colleague of hers is making, and then at some point when the mistakes pile up, they're going to make a decision and kick her out. So I'm going to talk about this in this video, like how important this is to have certain skill set, certain psychological skill set to really understand how the human behavior in general work, and how you can really, by understanding that behavior, help your friends, your family, keep your relationship in balance, and also keep your relationship with your family members or with your friends very, very strong. So the thing to really understand is, Mahatma Gandhi said that nobody can hurt me if I don't allow them to. So in other words, nobody will do or say anything to you if you don't allow them to do to you. That being said, the meaning of that is you have to have the courage and confidence in yourself that if somebody is treating you bad, you have the spine and, so to say, the strength to stand up for yourself and being firm in a decision by saying, for instance, somebody is treating you bad and you know that it is not your fault, it's the person not liking you or has some personal issues with you. You can say, excuse me, I know that this thing was wrong and I've already, let's say, apologized for it, or I already felt bad about it and you know about this, but I don't appreciate your consistent poking about this point, and I would really appreciate if from now on you don't do that. And if that person keeps on doing that and repeating that, then you obviously have to take an action. Either you, for instance, go to your boss, or your, for instance, project leader or a team leader, or if nothing is working, you should have the balls to even tit for tat, even smash that person, because the only thing that's going to give you self-esteem on the longer run, and where life will really appreciate you and you will have love for yourself, is if at some point you have done things where you can be proud of it, and not like, oh, I should have really done that, and being the Mr. Nice guy and keep this thing in your heart, and then later these regrets pile up and you are like, I wish I had done this, because every time you stand up for yourself, it makes you stronger. This little by little standing up for yourselves on the longer term really makes you a man, or if you're a woman, makes you an alpha woman. And that's what really being a real good man or a real good woman is, that you have the spine and the courage to stand up for yourself. So the issue that I see with this colleague of my friend, after listening to my friend in depth, is that she, first of all, likes this job way too much. She's not able to stand up for being mistreated, although she's making mistakes, and this is also understandable. If you are not good at work and you are making mistakes, you can always, by working hard, you can improve it. I have the feeling she's not working so focused, especially because she has this consistent pressure from the boss, the project leader at that point. And somehow I have the feeling there is some personal issue of the project leader not liking this girl. I don't know what exactly that could be. But if I would be in this girl's shoes, for instance, my suggestion to her will be like, excuse me, I really from this point onward cannot take this anymore. This constant pressure on me, like you're doing this wrong, that wrong, this is way too much, you're being way too out of line, and I would really appreciate that you stop doing that. Now, in her case, the issue is that the team leader also is on her shoulder. So it tells me that she's obviously has screwed up enough to really piss off the main, the group leader as well. So in that case, what she can do is obviously to be very, very the margin of error in her scenario is very minute. So what she can do is to really focus on her work and don't do anything like out of line or out of, for instance, what she has been told. And if she does that repeatedly and consistently, obviously, and makes it a habit, maybe this will earn her some reputation back. And obviously, once after several weeks of doing that, people start to, obviously, the world has become so materialistic, everyone has issues. They start to forget about your issues. And if you're doing your things on a repeated basis correctly, then there is a good chance that they might ignore her, and it's like ignore her flaws and like focus on her good behavior and the good output that she's presenting. But if this is happening, I probably wouldn't put up with that shit. I would be like, life is too short to live a life of 9 to 5 and such nonsense, and I will immediately start looking for another job, for instance, in this scenario. So that was my point of view on this situation. Obviously, it's a very critical situation. You only know it when you are living in it and when you are being in those shoes. So if you have a question like that or an issue like that that you would want me to address and make a video on, I will put on my email address in the description. You can write me a detailed 2 to 3 paragraph maximum, your issue, your scenario. If you need a financial help with your wealth situation and you would like to have guideline about that, or you have relationship issues of that sort, put it in that email with 2 to 3 paragraphs maximum, and I will for sure consider it for the video. In any case, stay blessed and take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.